All right, thank you guys. The Kia Tigers take on the Busan Bears, and that's going to be a 4 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Bears are minus 155, totals 10.5 flat. The Tigers are plus 105 for the win. And following Friday's sports betting action, I'm 6-0 in my last 6 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. The Daily Extra Pick is one of those packages that I sell, as I'm also 11-3 in my last 14 picks in that same category as well. And that's good for 79% over the course of the past 2 weeks in that package. I also have a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And if you want to check out the website, maybe browse a little bit, just check it out for free. The link for that site is in the description section below, and that is patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the Kia Tigers have lost their last 2 straight, both losses coming from the Busan Bears. They've only scored 4 total runs in those 2 games. They've also won just 4 out of their last 10 games as well, including series losses to the LG Twins and the KT Wiz. The Tigers are currently just 1.5 games ahead of the struggling Lotte Giants in the standings. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Bears are currently on a 3-game winning streak, including a 14-8 victory over the KT Wiz during that span. Their 6-2 record in their last 8 is good for 75% during that span. They were also victorious in 10 out of their last 14 games as well, along with winning their last 5 straight series, including the one they're in right now with the Tigers. Now, total-wise, Doosan's last 2 games did fall under the total of 10.5 runs. 8 out of their last 11 also stayed under that number. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kia saw 4 out of their last 5 stay under the 10.5 themselves. Give me the Doosan Bears minus 155 and the under 10.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Sunday's KBO baseball action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that after Friday's sports wagering action, I improved to 6-0 in my last 6 extra daily pick premium plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. Red hot package right now. And of course, that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. A lot of great stuff going on that page. There's also a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. A lot of variety. And one of those packages, that is called the Extra Daily Pick Tier Membership. That's the package right now. Red hot. It's only $2.99 through the end of the month. And in addition to going 6-0 in my last 6 in that category, I'm also hitting at 11-3 in my last 14 picks in that category as well. And that is good for 79% over the past 2 weeks in that membership. As you can tell, I strongly recommend you at least consider using the website for sports picks. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. It's a really great website, guys. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, moving on. The KT Wiz take on the Lotte Giants, 4 a.m. Eastern start time. The Wiz are minus 195, totals 10.5 flat. The Giants are the $1.40 underdogs. Now, Lotte's won their last 2 straight, both victories coming against the KT Wiz. They've held the Wiz to just 4 total runs in those 2 games as well. The Giants also won 3 out of their last 6, including an impressive 8-3 victory over the Busan Bears during that span. The Giants are 2 games ahead of the Wiz in the standings, with the Wiz being victorious in just 11 out of their 28 games this year. And speaking of the Wiz, they've also lost 4 out of their last 5, giving up 32 total runs in those 4 losses. The Wiz are currently in 8th place in the 10-team KBO and just 1 game ahead of the 9th place SK Wyverns. Now, total-wise, the Wiz last 2 straight stayed under the total of 10.5 runs. 3 out of their last 4 also stayed under that number. Meanwhile, on the Lotte side, they saw 4 out of their last 5 stay under that total themselves. They also saw 9 out of their last dozen stay under the 10.5 as well. Give me the Lotte Giants plus 1.5, getting the job done for some run line cash, and the under 10.5 in that game. All right, next matchup, it is going to be the LG Twins squaring off against the Kaiwoom Heroes. I know it's the Kiwoom. I just got into a habit of saying Kaiwoom, so if you want to correct me, that's fine. But anyway, that's going to be a 4 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Heroes are the $1.30 favorite. Totals 11 flat. And if you like the Twins in a slight upset, they're minus 105 for some money line cash. Now, the Twins are currently on a 2-game losing streak, both losses coming against the Kaiwoom Heroes. They've also dropped 4 out of their last 5, including a 2-0 shutout loss to the 7th place Samsung Lions. The Twins' 2-5 record in their last 7 is good for just 29% during that short stretch. They're taking on a Kaiwoom team who's just half a game behind them for that 3rd place spot. The Heroes are also red hot right now, winning their last 5 straight. Kaiwoom's held their opponents to just 2.2 runs per contest in their last 7 victories. The Heroes' 7-1 record in their last 8 is also good for a win percentage of .875 during that short span. Now, scoring-wise, the Heroes saw their last 4 straight games stay under the total of 11 runs. Meanwhile, 3 out of the Twins' last 5 stayed under that number themselves. So with all that in mind, give me the Kaiwoom Heroes minus $1.30 and the under 11 runs in that game. Next matchup, the NC Dinos versus the Hanwha Eagles, 4 a.m. Eastern start time. The Dinos are the $2.45 favorite, totals 11.5 flat. And if you like the Eagles in an upset, they're plus 175 for an outright win. Now, this game is being featured as my extra daily pick on patreon.com/Brock page. I have a monster play going off on this one, so if you want to know if I'm betting the money line, the run line, the total, or any combination of the 3, you're going to have to sign up for my extra daily pick on patreon.com/Brock page right now. It's only $2.99 through the end of the month, and you'll gain instant access to those plays every single day through the end of the month. And don't forget, guys, I'm 6-0 in my last 6 daily extra plays on that website. And as always, link for that site is in the description section below. All right, next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be the Samsung Lions taking on the SK Wyverns, 4 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Lions are the $1.35 favorite, totals 9.5 flat. The Wyverns are minus 105. Now, the Wyverns also won their last 2 straight, both victories coming at the expense of the Samsung Lions. The Wyverns are also 7-2 straight up in their last 9, with victories over the Dinos, Eagles, and Bears during that stretch. Now, after this morning's win, that's going to make the Wyverns victorious in 3 out of their last 4 series, really turning it on as of late. They're taking on a Lions team who they're on a 3-game losing streak, including an embarrassing double-digit loss to the LG Twins. They also dropped 4 out of their last 6, including an embarrassing 18-7 drubbing at the hands of the NC Dinos. Now, the Lions have scored just 5 total runs in their last 3 outings. They're also just a half game ahead of the KT Wiz for 8th place in the standings with their .414 win percentage. Now, scoring-wise, 2 out of the Lions' last 3 got over the total of 9.5 runs. 5 out of their last 7 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the Wyverns side, they saw 7 out of their last 8 get over the 9.5 themselves. Give me the Underdog SK Wyverns minus 105 and the over 9.5 in that game. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. And we're going to start with our Patreon platform. Shout out to Thomas Berlant, Chemo136, Kevin Hannon, Mr. B, Serge Brook, Isaac Clark, Manuel Alonso, and Dimitri Davis. Next from our Instagram platform, shout out to Stephen Cole, Jimmy from Ghost Picks ATS, Kira Peacock, and Major League Baseball agent Rafa Nieves. Also want to give a shout out to Bubba Jonesy, Will Slade, Sanmila Maya, and my good friend, former New York Giant, Joey Smith. And finally, shout outs to our YouTube viewers, George Carter, Charles Lopez, Stephen Perez, SOP LFD Striker, Chidi Ikenwu, YC MyCap, Bo Dunn, and last but certainly not least, mi buen amigo Angel Reyes Moreno. Dímelo, Angelito. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Saturday or Sunday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.